And now, Action 4 Sports with Clay Williams.
Hello, Rio Grande Valley High School football fans. Action 4 Sports Director Clay Williams here with my picks for Week 4 of the Valley High School football season. Before we get to the Week 4 picks, let's tell you how we did in Week 3. Of course, there were 30 games scheduled. 9 of those games were canceled. We only had 21 games go on, and in those 21 games, we finished 15-6. 15 wins, 6 losses. It's okay. It's over 70%. It's about 71%, but it's not as good as we like to get. Overall for the year right now, we are 58-21 overall. That's a 73% winning percentage. Let's try and get it up there. Of course, fewer games this week since we have many teams, 17 of them as a matter of fact, that are on byes. But let's start with the Week 4 games, and let's start with Thursday where we have 4 games. Edinburgh North is at McAllen Memorial. I've got the Mustangs winning at home. PSJ Memorial at Edinburgh Vela. Interesting game. Interested to see what the Wolverines bring to the table, but Vela has just been too strong so far this year. I've got the SaberCats winning. La Jolla travels to Weslaco East. A couple of teams that need a win there. Weslaco East game against Harlingen South canceled last week, whereas La Jolla lost to Vela last week. I've got Weslaco East winning at home, the Wildcats at Lackey Stadium. And finally, Monte Alto and the Blue Devils, coming off their first win of the year over Agua Dulce, travel up to Corpus Christi to face their brand new program, the Corpus Christi Veterans Eagles, and I've got Monte Alto coming away with the win there. Those are your Thursday games. Now let's go to the Friday games, and let's start from west to east as per usual. Corpus Christi King, coming off their win over Weslaco, travels to take on Rio Grande City at Sanchez Stadium. Rio Grande City has looked very good this year, but King on a different level altogether. That's a 6A team taking on a 5A. And I've got the King Mustangs winning there. Roma travels to Palmview to take on the Lobos. I've got the Gladiators coming up with a big win on the road. Edinburgh at Mission. The Eagles, coming off their first win of the year last week against Donna North, says here they'll make it 2 in a row for Coach Mario Pena's team, and they'll win at Tom Landry Stadium. La Feria is at Pioneer. Thompson Stadium in Mission will be the place. Interesting game here as Pioneer has started the year 3-0. La Feria coming off their first loss of the year last week at Mercedes in the rain. I've got La Feria coming up with a bit of an upset win on the road. That's a 4A over a 5A there. Laredo United is on the road to take on our Row Warriors at McAllen at Veterans Memorial Stadium. The United Longhorns looking pretty tough this year. I've got them winning the game over the Warriors. Juarez Lincoln and the Huskies going against Economides and the Jaguars. That's at Cat Stadium on Friday night. Economides, first Friday game of the season after 3 straight Saturdays, and they got their first win last year. They'll make it 2 in a row with a win there. It's the Holy Bowl 3 to be precise, as Brownsville St. Joseph travels up to Pharr to take on the Oratory Ocelots. St. Joseph, bigger, stronger. They've got that one won. Mission Veterans at PSJ North. What a fantastic game this is. I've got the PSJ North Raiders coming off of 2 straight losses, coming back with a win in their final non-district game. Harlingen at Weslaco. Oh, this one should be fun. Of course, these two teams played twice last year, with Harlingen winning in the regular season before Weslaco shut out the Cardinals in the playoffs 3-0. This time around, I've got Harlingen winning in the regular season again, this one on the road at Lackey Stadium. Hebronville takes on Progresso. That's a win for the Red Ants at home in their first one of the year. Santa Rosa at La Villa. It is the Sugar Bowl. And Santa Rosa, even though they're on the road, I've got the Warriors winning that rivalry game. Hidalgo at Rio Hondo, a battle of a couple of pretty good 4A teams. I've got the Rio Hondo Bobcats winning that game. Their game last week with Sinton was canceled. Valley View travels to Port Isabel to take on Big Blue by the Bay. I've got the Fighting Fish coming up with a win in that one and staying undefeated on the year. A couple of games out of the Valley. It's La Grulla taking on Lytle. That game is in Laredo at Kruger Field. I've got the Grulla Gators coming off their big win over PSJ Southwest, making it 2 in a row there. Sharyland takes to the road to take on Laredo Alexander and the Bulldogs at the SAC in Laredo. I've got the Rattlers coming away with their second win of the year there. McAllen takes on Corpus Christi Carroll. That one in Corpus Christi, and I've got the McAllen Bulldogs pulling the upset there for the win on the road. Santa Maria travels up to Brush Country to take on Benavides. The Cougars will win that one, it says here. Lyford is at Mathis. Lyford coming off the cancellation of the Wilsey County Cotton Bowl last week. Mathis just too tough, especially at home. I've got them winning that game. Those are your picks for week 4 of the Valley High School football season. We'll tell you how we did and see you right back here next week.